Well, a very good afternoon and a warm welcome to this J2 League encounter at the Ishikawa Kanazawa Stadium between Zweigen Kanazawa and JEF United. Two teams that have made indifferent starts to this season. Neither side has really got going yet, I think it's fair to say. Both in the bottom half of the table. JEF United and their travelling army of fans, they are a better proposition away from home than they are on home soil. For Zweigen, last week's home loss after two opening 0-0 draws away from home leaves them still looking for their first victory. JEF United could feasibly push up towards the new playoff places. 3rd to 6th will go into the playoffs to take that third and final playoff place and a round of relegation with J1 as well. Fans have been arriving in their numbers. Zweigen players looking for that first victory in the league this season. JEF United started the season with a loss, then a win, and then a draw. Blustery day. Both sides making one change from last weekend. For Zweigen Kanazawa, Raihu Oishi comes in on the right-hand side of the midfield, preferred to Shintaro Shimada, who drops down to the bench. Return for Rikoto Segura on the bench as well. He's back from injury. For JEF United, one change too. Out goes the Brazilian Saldana. He drops down to the substitutes bench, and Kita Bawanika, tall teenager, coming in to lead the line alongside Segura Gawa. Plenty of height in attack, 6'3", 6'1", two very tall attackers. That could be an interesting combination. Hiroya Matsumoto, currently on loan from Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Will be an important piece of the jigsaw for Zweigen in the midfield.
今日の相手、千葉の印象を教えてください。
今シーズンはしっかり守って速い攻撃でチャンスを作っている印象があります。
それらを踏まえて今日はどんな試合展開になると予想されますか？
今言ったことを注意しないといけないけども、高さのある選手たちが揃ってて、長いボールあるいはクロスを入れてくる傾向もあるし、セットプレー、ロングスローを含めたセットプレーも注意しないといけない。で、我々としたらリズムを自分たちのリズムでやれるように、どちらかというと千葉の方はちょっとゆっくりした、テンポでやるサッカーが長い時間あるので、だから、我々としたらテンポよく攻守をやれればいいと思ってます。
今シーズン初勝利に向けて最も重視する点、どのあたりでしょうか？
今言ったようにテンポよく攻守をやるということが大事だと思います。
ありがとうございました。
That was Masiki Yanagashita, the long-serving Zweigen head coach. Tomoya Mika scored in the home win last July against Zweigen.
金沢のサッカーについてはどんな分析されてますか？
監督さん変わってないので、去年と変わらないような感じでした。
選手たちには今日どんなことを伝えてピッチに送る予定でしょうか？
うちのチームも今少ない人数でやっているので、今出ているメンバーが必死にやるしかないということと、個人的には自分の一人一人の役割を少し話していたので、アウェイですけど、勝ち点取って帰りましょうという話をしました。
今日はどんなゲーム展開になると予想されますか？
どっちか必死に勝ち点取りにいけるかが勝負になると思います。
ありがとうございました。
はい、ありがとうございます。
Was Jong-hwan Yoon, the South Korean head coach of JEF United Chiba. He's managed the likes of Sarazawa Zaka and Sagan Tosu at the top table in Japanese football. Now he's been given the job of trying to get JEF United back into the big time. This is their 13th season in J2. Side synonymous J1. Two sets of players mingling down in the dressing room area. JEF United in a change strip tonight with green, dark green. It's the red, of course, of the Zweigen. Today's referee, Tomohiro Inoue. They're checking a few of the stats of the players. It's not a particularly short journey across from the south of the island to the north of the island, and that's exactly the journey those JEF United fans down at one end of the ground have had to make. JEF United's form is pretty good away from home. Zweigen haven't had a particularly good run at home. They've lost 6 of their last 10 on home soil. And they lost here last week against Mashida, despite taking the lead. Two sides looking to kick-start their seasons. Zweigen against JEF United. Ishikawa Kanazawa Stadium. Finished 17th last season. Zweigen Kanazawa brushing with relegation, with 4 going down because of the restructuring. Did stay up in the end. I was rather nervous right the way through. Goalkeeper Yuto Shirei. It's being rewarded. Children. Been with the club since 2017, aside from Matsumoto Yamaga. Here's a presentation of Kita Fujimura. Let's have a look at the lineup, shall we? Zweigen first of all. Ruhai Oshi coming in for Shintaro Shimada on the right hand side of midfield. Otherwise, it's as you were that game last week, which was lost by 2-1. There's referee Tomohiro Inoue, assisted by Hiroki Katsumata and Kenta Tsukada. Here's the JEF United lineup, rather like their hosts. Just one change. They've gone for height in attack by bringing in Kita Buanika in place of the Brazilian Saldana. They're tall strikers. 6'3" Sakura Gawa spearhead the attack. It's the 62-year-old coach, Zweigen Yu. Smile on the face. Mizuki Yanagishita. Keeping the side up last season. Expect this year is to at least drive the club into J2 mid-table solidity. You can see by the shirts there, it's a blustery afternoon. Kanazawa in Ishikawa district, north of Japan. Pitch in perfect condition. JEF United in green. Zweigen in red and black. Off and underway. Well, we're hoping J2 can lead on from yesterday's example. 5 matches yesterday. A total of 19 goals in those 5 matches. Varum finally getting their season off and running with a 4-1 victory against Trinata. 2-2 draw between Votis and Rosso. Ryuku, very good win against Renofa Yamaguchi. Tata Sendai also easy 3-0 winners against newly promoted Grula. Goal kick. Zweigen goalkeeper Yuto Shirai. For a on the far side. Ishikawa. Suzuki, captain. The back, just watching that one out for a throw. Starting on the right-hand side of that back three. They've got 2 wing backs, JEF United, in Nishikubo and Fukimitsu. Pushed forward neatly and tidily by Oisha. So he's starting over on the left-hand side. Yaramatsu is also playing today. He's more of a central player, but he has been forced out wide. Against Buenaki. cross in. It's a goal kick. I think that is a corner. But the referee had signalled for a goal kick there. To be down at my sheet of paper here. I'm just about to tell you a stat, but first of all, let's just watch this corner. A couple of minutes on the clock. Shoko Sasaki with that trusted left foot. He's going to swing it in. He's going to bend on it. Good strong header away by Matsumoto. I'm going to say that. Let's see this attack first. With Kobo, and that's a looping header towards goal from Sakuragawa. Well, he is tall. He is going to be a target. Couldn't get any power on that. JEF United 3 0-0 draws in their last 4 in the J2. Swedge on had a 0-0 as well of late, a couple. The last time these two fought out a 0-0 draw was back in 2015. First time that they met, they had 2 draws that season, 0-0 here, 1-1. The Fukuda Denshi Arena. Since then, they've played 13 times, and there's always been a winner. That was a good ball in. Gets away from the defender, but it's a long way out to beat the goalkeeper. Forward by Kita Fujimura. Kiara. Suzuki. So the chest of Kumitsu. Signed last season from Sarazawa Osaka, who was not getting too much game time during his spell with the J1 club. It was good strength by Suzuki. Back to Ikiare. It's a free kick by Mori. Yang Mingwu, the only player on the pitch of the starting 22 that is not Japanese. He's from South Korea. And he's made over 50 appearances for his country. Joined the club a couple of years ago after finishing his studies at Haiyang University. 23 years of age, and to have settled in as a regular in the South Korean side is very impressive. He's their holding midfielder. Cushioned away by Matsuda. Sasaki did very well to keep the ball and then gave it straight to the opposition. From Toyoda. Goalkeeper Shota Arai. Two teams feeling their way into the game. JEF United have had more of the possession. Keen to push for promotion this season. Kinishita has got an early goal for Mitu Hollyhock, who lead away at Yokohama. And Yokohama atop, so that's a little bit of an upturn. Especially consider Peter Hollyhook a bottom away at top today, and Bottom are leading by 1-0. It's the first goal of the day. It's a shock to Hollyhook. A very poor start to the season, 1 draw and 2 defeats. Of course, it is very early days. Yadamitsu. Shinomori. For Hill of Suzuki, and it allowed Hirametsu to get the cross in. Land at the lap of the goalkeeper. It's hit from Matsumoto. Matsumoto on loan from Sanfresh Hiroshima. Looking to get some game time under his belt, the midfielder. Can also play at the back. He's versatile. One in the air. Buwanika can't quite link up with Sakuragawa. Cleared away by Shoji. Good opportunity. He's run a long way. He tried to get the shot in. It's ended up being turned behind by Buwanika. But a good run for midfield from Tamaya Mika. Wasn't meant as a cross. It deflected off of Fujimura, and it turned into a cross, really, and he should have perhaps hit the target there. Buwanika yet to score this season, the teenager. He's been very prominent in the early stages, the first 10 minutes. Kita Buwanika. Here he is again, Buwanika. Neat and tidy. Sakuragawa. Good ball into the box. That was a simplistic goal for Tomoya Mika to sweep home. Very well executed, and JEF United have the lead after 10 minutes. Two strikers combined very well. Buwanika, just moments earlier, nearly scored from an assist from Tomoya Mika, but he plays his part here, rolling it down the line. This is a very good ball in. Sakuragawa, and a simple tap in. Gets between the two defenders and the hesitant goalkeeper, Shirai. Having lost at home last week, Zweigen find themselves behind again. It's been a promising start for JEF United, and they've gone and got a goal to back it up to, and a very good goal. Tomoya Mika gets it. Do you know what? They've been excellent away from home, JEF United. Their problem is playing at the Fukuda Denshi Arena, their home matches. They haven't lost away from home since way back in September. They're unbeaten in 6 away, 5 wins and a draw. That included in October a very impressive 5-1 win away at Tokyo Verdy. And they're on to a winner here, maybe. Leading by a 1-0. Still very early. Solomon Sakuragawa. Just gone over to the touchline. I think he took an elbow to the mouth a couple of minutes ago. A win or a goal in each of their last 4 home matches. 1 win in 6 on home soil. JEF United need to try and replicate their away form on their home patch. And those two combining again. Buwanika and Sakuragawa into the penalty area this time. Yuto Shirai comes out and claims it. Hoist forward into the chest of Sakuragawa. No free kick. Actually, is given by the referee. It's been a solid start from JEF United. Kuragawa able to make it stick that time, but have it again with Jen Mingwei. Thread it through Mingwei. It's come out wide to Fukumitsu. To the feet of Hiramatsu, clears. But they've been very poor so far, Zweigen. Need a bit more possession to wriggle their way back into standing position in this game. Kojima. It's a good run on the outside from Ishikawa. Right back, couldn't quite reach it. Turned to a bit of space there, Oishi. Matsu. It's been one back again. It's very easy for JEF United at the moment. This is their outlet. Kawanika. Mori. Shoji to Suda. Suda, the right-sided defender, scored back in July, away at JEF United. Last time these two met. It was his last goal. No free kicks, it's the referee. Suzuki comes away with the ball. Pushes it to the left. To Moyamika. Scored in that same game back in July against Zweigen. To Moyamika, and he's scored again today. Wants to play against Zweigen. As do JEF United, they did the double over Zweigen last season and the season before, and they've won their last 5 against these opponents, and already got themselves an advantage. Told you about the shock earlier on. Mitu Hollyhock Bottom leading at Yokohama by a goal to 0. I can tell you that's now 2-0. Might turn up for the books there. 15 minutes gone. Bottom are leading away at top by 2 clear goals. Still a long way to go though. It's the only other game with a goal. And there were plenty of goals yesterday in the J2 League. Jilta Sendai up to second in the table. Gilta beating Rula Morioka, the newly promoted side, by 3 goals to 0 yesterday. They tied it. Tsumoto after good play from Hirametsu. Down the line by Oishi. Into the box it goes. That's a good ball in. It was Oishi's cross, flicked on by Toyoda. In the end, it's an easy gather for Shotzi Arai, who hasn't been extended so far. The 33-year-old veteran goalkeeper. He's had an easy afternoon of it so far. On a blustery afternoon at the Ishikawa Kanazawa Stadium. Zweigen trailing. Monika again the target. Komitsu. Monika being pursued by Matsuda. Referee plays an advantage, looked like a foul on Sasaki, but Kojima still had the ball. Here he is again. Former Urara Red Diamonds player. That's a good ball into the box. Needed to be attended to by Riko Matsuda, and all he could really do was head the ball behind for a corner. And the opening 18.5 minutes have been dominated by JEF United. Even the home fans rather silenced. Two corner takers, only one of them can kick it. An in-swing up. Well, there were plenty of takers, weren't there? Suzuki just behind him. Yoshikubu just too far ahead of him. It's really good, dangerous delivery into the back post. No, they got men over. Zweigen coach Masaki Yanagashita will not be happy with the way his side defended that corner, and they're rather lucky that they didn't concede. Zelvia have taken the lead. They're doing well so far this season. And home to Fagiano this afternoon. They've taken the lead there against Fagi. Early goal in that game for Yu Hirakawa to give Machida an early lead. The Makita Gion Stadium. Here it's 1-0 to JEF United. This result does actually push JEF United right away up to 5th in the table if they can hold on to it, but there's a good snapshot coming in from the edge of the penalty area. It's a comfortable save in the end from Shoto Railway. Was hit crisply by Hayashi. Got a man down at the moment. Zweigen, that man down is Rohei Oishi. And this is how he got injured. He ran into the box and he was caught there. It went largely unnoticed because everyone was watching the ball. And the shot from Hayashi, which the goalkeeper saved. It did look as if there was contact. And off goes Oishi. Come back on again, he seems okay. Nearly halfway through the first half. JEF United, good value for their lead. Too early to start scrutinising league tables, but if they could win this one and climb up to 5th in the table, it represents a semi-solid start to the season for the Dogs. Inu, as they're known, JEF United. Club with pedigree. Many a season at the top of J-League and J1. This is their 13th season following relegation in 2009. Sakuragawa. Mitsu. All right, to the feet of Kojima, who's controlling things in that midfield so far. Now to play for a throw-in on the far side of the pitch. So now the captain, Daisuke Suzuka. Suzuki scored 3 goals last season, the 32-year-old, former Japanese international. There he is, Kashiwa Reysol player. He's got a bit of space and time here. Sakuragawa, he set up the first goal for Tomoyo Mika. And Mika has made it into the box again there, but he couldn't find him. Fujimura, that's better from the home side. Oishi, they're looking at him for an outlet on the far side up against Nishikubo, in towards the penalty area. Kiarai clears, not offside against Sakuragawa. Matsumoto. Oishi. Heavy touch from Toyota. Goal difference between the two teams. Nishikubo further up the park. Ruanika. Kiarai. Sasaki. Fukimitsu. The long ball forward. Struggling to get the ball away at the moment. Suejon. Suda, the inside, Matsumoto. And wide from Toyota. Big ask of Oishi. There's Mori, in fact, far side. Matsumoto again. Driving forward. Still driving. Finding Hiramitsu, he lets it run on. Matsuda, that's a good ball in. It's crying out for somebody to put a head on the end of it. But it was too powerful in the end. It's a good ball in, first time. Drilled, and the goalkeeper pulled away from it, knowing it was going across the face of goal and out for a goal kick. Tsukita made an indifferent start to the season. So too Alvarez and Nagita, they're playing each other today. They're both in the bottom 8 this weekend. Roberts have taken the lead in that game at the Soyu Stadium in Akita. Roberts ahead thanks to a goal from Ibuki Yoshida. Shinyamori Gets it back from Fujimura. He's done well to head that one away, Matsumoto. So the Matsumotos playing today for Zweigen. Daisuke Matsumoto at the back. Hiroya in the midfield, who's on loan from Sanfresh. Yasuda. There's an obvious target there, which was Toyota. Alright, gets it clear with a header. Sakuragawa. Shikuba. Playing with confidence. JEF United. Certainly been much the better side in possession. Mito Hollyhock winning. As things stand, MEIJI YASUDA would drop to the bottom of the table, but they have just taken the lead. MEIJI away at Tsukiji. 1-0 in that game. At the Kanseki Stadium in Tsukiji. Goal from Ono. Here comes a deep cross into the box. It's headed back across again. Stamped away from 6 yards out by Sergi after a good pullback from Fukimitsu. Shirai clears up towards the halfway line. It's the team in green that take over again. Oh, that's great play. Another chance here for Miki, but he's offside. Was planted into the net by Sakuragawa, but the assistant referee on the far side, Kenta Sakada, was very quick in putting his flag up. He's just offside, but a look at things. It's a great run. He's making those runs from midfield, and they're not being tracked by Zweigen. Could easily have been 2 there. Lead on 10 minutes, and they've been good value for their lead. So that driven ball from Mitsuda across the face of their goal a couple of minutes ago. That's about the only moment of danger that they've experienced so far, with half an hour now gone. Hiroya Matsumata. Mori. Kita Fujimura is outnumbered. Sakuragawa. 15 minutes to the break. 58% of the possession, more passes, twice the number of shots at goal. 1-0 lead as well. Zweigen. Possession, Matsumoto. Tomorrow. Mori. Out for a throw. Matsumoto. Sergi. That's an excellent ball in. Trying to bring in Toyota. Good header away from her right. It's back again with Mori. Sorts of deliveries that are required. Matsumoto. Mori again. It's another good delivery in. He's won the header. Yohei Toyota. It's the first time he's got change out of those 2 central defenders, Suzuki and Arai. Climbed in between the 2 of them, didn't he? Beats Sasaki. Can't angle the header towards goal. It was a downward header. He did have Hayashi ghosting in towards the 6-yard box, but it had too much power. Remains to JEF United. Looking for a second, but that one was struck at goal by Solomon Sakuragawa. It was away off of reaching its destination. Yasuda. 12 minutes to half time. Sasaki with the throw. Miki. All right. The two teams managed just 3 goals between them in the first 3 weeks of the new season. Both had more than their fair share of 0-0s in recent form. Was preparing for a low scorer, but we got ourselves an early goal. Goal from Machida. Puts them top of the tree in the live table, but still a long way to go in this afternoon's game. So that's good defending by Shoji. Matsumoto done so well, leaving it back to his goalkeeper. Only just made it. It's a foul on Toyoda. It's good in the air. He's well over 6 foot. Recent signing from Takiji. He's a 36-year-old. He's a vastly experienced player. 250 appearances for Seigan Toso. Matsumoto. Fujimura. Himetsu, he's going to go for goal. Well, when all things considered, he actually struck it very well, cutting inside. He's rather annoyed with himself, but didn't have too much ahead of him. Cuts inside. A bit of frustration, really. He hasn't worked the goalkeeper. Wasn't far away from flying into the top corner. That would have been some goal. Into the last 10 minutes of the first half. The live league table. Swedgen would drop into the bottom 2, the relegation places as things stand. JEF United into the playoff places. And that's the kind of gulf that you would say has been apparent between these two sides in the opening 36 minutes. JEF United have looked far more comfortable in possession. They look dangerous going forward. There's a liveliness about them in the final third when they get it up there. And they've got another opportunity now. It's going to be a long throw from Nishikubu, the teenager. Recently plucked out of lower league football with Mitsubishi Yawa. Seen a real talent in this young man. And he's getting game time as well since his arrival. And that's a good long throw. It's dealt with well by Fujimura. Nishikubu. Keeps it ticking, does Mingwu. Sits in that middle of the midfield. Just breaking things up, protecting his back line behind him. It's a good looking ball. Stepping across was Honoya Shoji. Hiramatsu just about kept hold of it. Matsumoto. Shoji. Matsumoto. Suda gets it back. Gambaro Saka player. Matsumoto. Both the Matsumotos are on loan from J1 League clubs. Daisuke Matsumoto at the back, on loan from Seigan Tosu. Hiroyo in midfield from Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Foul on Toyota. Something of a battering ram, Toyota. He puts it about, but he gets it as well, as he did there from Ikiarai. He went through the back of him. Home side trailing by a goal to nil. Possession inside their own half. Matsuda in between two. Matsuda's continued his run. Checks back. Rolls away from Miki. Sends a foul. Not sure there was much in this. Just a slight touch, and that was enough. Consulting. Back. See there the JEF United fans behind their goal. That's their side of defending. That's a really good ball in. And away from Fujimura. Defended well by JEF United. Away by Nishikubu. Can't keep it in play though. Matsumoto floats it high into the box. It's another good head down from Toyota. No support though. Maybe the chance of a breakaway with Tomoya Miki. Hesitant play from Nishikubu, but they managed to keep hold of it. Nishikubu coming back away with the ball. 5 minutes to go to half time. Headed away by Matsuda. They need to win that as well because Buonika was in. This is a really good ball in. Bending, swerving. It was won by Sakuragawa. Good header. Back by Matsuda. They're unable to clear their lines when they needed to there. Home side, Kimitsu given away. Now the chance to get forward. It's a long run forward from Mori from the left back position. To the right hand side from Hiramatsu. Floated away for a throw in. Switch on. Trailing. Did lead last week. Match, but ended up losing. Into the box, cleared away. Trying to turn Hayashi. It's met though by Sasaki. Sasaki does well. Sasaki, recent signing from Kashima Antlers, who loaned him out last season to J3 Gruella Morioka, winning promotion with them to J2 from J3. A very good season. JEF United stepped in and saw him as a good addition to their squad. It's proven to be. Here he is on the ball now, Sasaki. To the right. Built the foundations of a solid defence. JEF United still only conceded 2 goals this season. Vespa have yet to concede. They're taking on Tokyo Verdy today, who are up in the mix in the playoff places. That's 0-0 at the moment in that game at the Shoreshoyo Stadium. That was an attempt of a shot by Sakuragawa a few minutes ago. Took it down on his chest. Good interception by Matsumoto. Could have kept that closer to himself. Sakuragawa might have had a cleaner strike on goal. Good defending by Matsumoto. Limping slightly, Sakuragawa. Shoshi. Matsumoto. Goes long, straight down the middle. It's a big ask of Toyota. He needs a better supply line, really. Foul by Kojima. Stays Oisha on the ground. Kojima from Nahimi. Our Red Diamonds player. Right, free kick. Matsu towards the penalty area. Mitsu got it away. Crossed by Matsumoto. The chance to cross here, Fujimura. And they're back to the goalkeeper, Yuto Shirai. Fujimura. Toyota is integral to those long balls forward because he has to challenge for everything and try and win things in the air. It's going to be shortchanged there by Suzuki. Knocked out by Hiramatsu. Known from Shonen Belmare. Shock of the day at the moment. Top of the table, Yokohama. Losing to bottom of the table, Mito Hollyhock by 2-0. The leaders at home in that game as well. 2 goals in the opening 15 minutes. They're hard. 2 minutes added on at the end of this first half. We're halfway through those 2 minutes of added time. JEF United just trying to steer themselves forward with possession to run down the clock. Arai has gone forward. He's already scored 1 this season. Miki to take. Foul by Sakuragawa. Just had a hand on Matsumoto, who went down. Might just be the end of things in the first half. Maybe, just maybe, there might be a time for a quick fire attack. Cleared away by Kojima, and that's the cue for the referee to blow for half time. And there's no doubt that JEF United have been the better side, taking the lead, bang on 10 minutes. Tomoya Miki turning the ball home from close range with a good run from the midfield after an excellent cross from Solomon. Sakuragawa. They've gradually edged their way back into the game's wedge on, but they have been second best on a blustery afternoon at the Ishikawa Kanazawa Stadium. As things stand, Zweigen will drop down into the 2 relegation places down at the bottom. Still looking for that first win. JEF United excellent away from home. Lead at half-time by 1-0, with the second half to come very shortly. Well, half time, no doubt that the better side have been JEF United from the first half. And captain Suzuki got this move rolling. And a shot which deflected from Miki. Almost turned in by Buwanika, but the two were to combine in the opposite direction just about 60 seconds later. Here he is, the lively Buwanika. Getting the ball again here, rolling it down the line. Sakuragawa, this is a brilliant ball in. And look how he gets in between two static defenders and a hesitant goalkeeper. It was poor defending, but at the same time, very good running from the midfield from Tomoya Mika. Makes the most of the home side's inability to deal with the situation. It's a very good goal, very good team goal. Ruhai Ushi has looked about as lively as anyone in red. This was a ball played back inside from distance by Hayashi, but it was speculative. Made himself at half a yard, but a little step over. Goalkeeper wise to it with a save. Zweigen are making their way onto the pitch for the second half, trailing by a goal to nil at home. They lost at home last week. Prospect of dropping into the relegation places after 4 matches played is what's staring them in the face if they can't improve in the second half. Oishu's been their most lively player down the left-hand side. Created their best chance, which was an effort saved comfortably by the goalkeeper. Hit by Masamichi Ayashi, saved by Arai. Visitors storming into an early lead on 10 minutes. 2 young strikers, Kita Buwanika and Solomon Sukagawa, providing the supply line for Tomoya Miki to sweep home. It was poor defending, really should have been dealt with. And the instructions from Nasuka Yanagishita at half-time must have been demanding improvement. They finished the half better than they started it. Zweigen, JEF United could theoretically climb into the playoff places, and the live league table, they're 5th. There's still plenty of football to be played this afternoon. J2, 19 goals in yesterday's matches. Today's been slightly more reserved. Big shock. Yokohama top, 0. Ito Holohock bottom, 2 at half-time. 2 very early goals in that game. And that one's not going to the form book. Mori. Suzuki's header away. Sukagawa's given it away. Back momentarily by Mika. To touch on the far side as the throw. Zweigen opened the season with 2 0-0 draws against Tokushima Virtus and Vespa, both away, before last weekend's first home game saw Zweigen go ahead before losing against Machida. JEF United lost their opening match at home to newly promoted Grula Morioka, which was a bitter disappointment, but responded with an away win at Ryukyu, and then a 0-0 draw last week at home to Montedeo Yamagata, who yet to score a home goal. Ishikawa is outnumbered. Mori, with the help of Oishi. He's won it back again, Ishikawa, and got caught. No referee's whistle, just a throw in. JEF United leading here, and they've done the double over Zweigen in each of the last 2 seasons. They've won the last 5. Zweigen last beat JEF United back in April 2019, 1-0 here. They'd done the double that season. So a thrilling 4-3 win away at JEF United. They've won a corner. Timely challenge by Iki Arai. Needed to make the challenge as well. The cross was coming in. Still came about. 1 quick pass, 2 quick passes, straight down the middle, down to the right-hand side. Looking to shift the ball forward a little bit quicker. Hiramitsu to take the corner. Swing up, it came off a defender. I think it was Suzuki, and Araya made the save. in fact, Iki Arai jumped underneath it. Minutes into the second half, another corner. Aramitsu glanced away, came out to Matsumoto, hesitated, perhaps just needed to fire that one towards goal. The other Matsumoto, Hiroya Matsumoto, sees it out for a throw. Oishi. Mori. Good flick on. Flag is up against Hayashi on that far side. Did look offside. Had a fairly positive start to the second half. There's Svejon. Yokohama, top of the table, 2-0 down at home to Holyoke. They have pulled a goal back in that game early in the second half. It's now 2-1, I understand. That's a foul. Foul was from Daisuke Suzuki. Koki Ogawa with the goal for the league leaders. Reduce the deficit against the strugglers, Ito Hollyhock. 5 minutes into the second half. To build on a solid foundation at the start of this second period on the home side. Matsumoto. Switched by Mori. Uchimura down the line. Matsu losing out. Cleared by Fukumitsu. Certainly been significant improvement in the way they've approached this game in the second half, Svejon. Not well by Mori. Ishi. Well anticipated. This is where they are dangerous. JEF United coming forward and committing numbers to these attacks. Buwanika. Oh, it was a nervous moment there for Yuto Shirei. Ashida. Zelvia have gone 2-0 up against Fagi. Would see them top of the table ahead of Yokohama if they can't turn it all around. Chida would go top. Trinita, as things stand, would be bottom. Of course, it is very early stages of the season. Mori. So that's a good ball into the penalty area. Cross from Hayashi, must be two. It's into the side netting, and that's a big miss from Toyota. Good play from Matsumoto. This is the ball that opens it up. Hayashi's cross, the first touch takes it away from him, and it makes it slightly more difficult. Toyota will be ruining that miss. That really should have been 1-0. chance. Toyota. They live to regret it. Chase for Sakuragawa. First on the scene, Matsumoto. Back to goalkeeper Arai. Reminder, we're back with more live action next Saturday afternoon, 2 o'clock Japanese time, with Albirex taking on Ventforet Kufu at the Genka Big One Stadium. Matsumoto to Shoji. Cross from Mori. Headed away by Arai. Posed more problems in the opening 9 minutes of the second half than they did in the first 45. Zweigen should really be level. It is intriguing because they do still look dangerous on these counter-attacks. Sakuragawa bulldozing his way forward. Mingwu. Miki. Kumitsu. Tried to back heel it, but didn't quite reach Tomoya Miki. Clearance from Matsuda against Miki. Throw into the home side. Drawn in 13, these two. There's always a winner, or there has been in the last 13 anyway. JEF United have won 5 out of 5. Made the best of starts to this second half though. Rather fortunate that the first touch of Toyota a couple of minutes ago was a poor one, otherwise that would have been 1-1. Shikubu back to goalkeeper Shoti Arai. The 33-year-old. Suzuki. Oh, that was loose from Buwanaka. Goalkeeper got a fingertip to it. It's a chance. Not sure it was going in. What on earth was Buwanaka thinking as he stretched and played it back, and he opens up his body. Does Hayashi. One-on-one really. Okay, it was a goal. There's a defender coming across. It's a good save from Shoto Are. Two good chances in the opening 10 minutes in the second half for Zweigen, who have a corner. Swung in by Hiramitsu, gets a second chance. It's a good delivery, deep delivery. Trying to feed off of it was Matsuda. It's an easy gather for goalkeeper Shoto Arai. Was forced into the save. Not quite sure what Buwanika was attempting. Here he is now at the other end of the pitch, causing problems. Buwanika did have a good first half, Buwanika, but he hasn't scored in 15. You have to go back to February last year for his last goal in J2. Here he is on the ball now, holding it up. Young 19-year-old. Much more of a bite about Zweigen in this second half. Oishi, plenty of space to run into, and that's a great ball in. There was a coming together, but I don't think there's enough to constitute a penalty. Sasaki did enough to put off Toyota, but this was a promising move forward. And they stood off of him, they didn't close him down. It's another moment for the home side, who started very well in the second half. Started as well as JEF United started the first. They got that early goal. And they still lead by that early goal after 10 minutes from Tomoya Miki. Injury for Solomon Sakuragawa. Shida now leading Fagiano by 3 goals to 0. They're headed towards the top as things stand. It's a free kick for that foul. Sakuragawa. Miki will take. 10 dropping deep for these free kicks. Looking for quality as we head up towards the hour mark. Tomoya Miki. It's helped on. Just ran away from Suzuki and Sakuragawa as it was helped on by Fukumitsu, and then suddenly the clearance down the other end. And Tomoya Miki deals with it with some good defending. Shinya Mori. Mori. Make his way through and then opening up. Moishi overhit it. And that will be a goal kick. It was promising. A little bit more composure with the finish. Through the ranks into the first team, making his debut in 2019. Oishi. Matsumoto won the header. Toyoda. Yashi. Low ball to the box from Matsumoto. Cleared away. And as far as Soji. Mori. So much better in the second half. I don't know what was said at half time. Much more composed side in the second period. Zweigen, but they've got to be careful. They don't get caught here. Ishikawa by Mori. Either side have made a change so far. They're both busy warming up. Substitutes down below us. The throw that will be taken by Shunsuke Nishikubo, the 18-year-old. We've already seen from the first half that he's got more than capable long throw. It's the heavily populated 6-yard box. Shikubu, good strong header away from Matsumoto. So much so, it's gone all the way through to the other Matsumoto. Misha. Played by Hayashi. Body's behind the ball. Matsuda's joined in on the attack. Matsumoto. Needs to be a better ball. Mori. Fujimura. Mori. Good flick by Hayashi. Can't quite find Toyoda. One back well by Hiroya. Matsumoto. Matsuda. Fujimura. Mitsu. Tsumoto. Down the line for Matsuda. Cross goes Sasaki. Gets the clearance away. It's a long ball over the top, but it's one for Iwanika to chase. He couldn't take any chances there, Hanoya Shoji. Here come the changes for JEF United. Will be slightly concerned at the way in which they've opened the second half. They still lead by a goal to nil. Taguchi rather is coming on. Back from injury. Shinohara. This is a holding central midfielder, Taguchi. Shinohara is a winger. It's one back well. In the midfield by Mingwu. Kuragawa. Buwanaki. Shikubu. Buwanika. It's a good cross as well. Headed away by Shoji. Up in the air for Mingui. Shang Mingui again. Ikirai. Kojima. Shikubu dispossessed. Chance to get forward. Mori wasted. JEF United owned by the East Japan Railway Company. Switched to the name Chiba in 2003 from JEF United Ichihara Chiba. Injury at the moment for Nishikubu, went down after giving the ball away, the teenager. 20 minutes into the second half. You could almost call it a game of two halves because JEF United were very much a better side in the first half. They did edge their way back into its edge on before half-time, but they've been the greater threat in the second half with the two very good chances. Well, Buwanika has come off. They brought on Shinohara. Kojima is also off. Taguchi, 31-year-old, comes on. Third change, Nishikubu, who went down injured there, goes off. And Yuguchi, who is mainly a midfielder but can slot in at the back. He comes on, he'll go straight in at right back. Wonder if they go more one up top now rather than two. Sakuragawa will be on his own. Shinohara will drop in the right side of the midfield. They'll narrow things up slightly, JEF United, to try and see this out. Sometimes these wins have to be ugly. They'd love a second goal here for Kimitsu. That could give them a real cushion. Taguchi. First touch from him. Turns 31 next Wednesday. 3 Japanese caps. Nagoya Grampus, Jubilo Iwata. Amongst his former clubs. He's back after missing the last game through injury. Always been pitched back. Mori. Rishi. Matsumoto. Interesting. Missed by the defender. Right decision in the end. Not sure how convincing that was, but here comes a change for the home side. Shinya Mori departs. The left back is replaced by another left back. It is a like for like. The 21-year-old Yuto Nagamine is the player coming on. Yokohama now 2-2 with Mito Holyoke, and the top against bottom battle at the Mitsuzawa Stadium, just past the midway point in the second half here. Shoitu has chipped in with that equalising goal for Yokohama. Interesting turn by Hayashi. Nagamine, first touch from him. Carry forward to a fashion. Fukumitsu. That's a blatant foul you'll see this afternoon by Kita Fujimori, former Vegalta Sendai player. His third season now with the club. Foul on Takaki Fukumitsu. Kuragawa shuffling forward. There's Fukumitsu. Corner given. Rightly so. Caught on the hop a little bit there where Zweigen. It was good wing play from Takaki Fukumitsu, who's been very quiet for the most part. Minutes to go. Fans who have travelled up from Chiba would love a second goal. Curled in, and a free header. It's a great save. Suzuki with a header, and Shirai claws it away with his right hand. It's a good delivery in, and a windy afternoon. He's got a free header. And that will be a concern to Zweigen, who have been rather sloppy with a couple of corners this afternoon. And they were saved there by Yuto Shirai, the experienced goalkeeper. Talk about experienced goalkeepers. Both goalkeepers this afternoon, 33 years of age. Corner. Can they cause as much destruction with this one? They can. It's headed down. And then lofted over. The first header coming in, I think it was Miki, was it? Shinohara was in there as well. He got away with it. Zweigen. It's been given away. Taguchi. Shinohara. Signed recently after graduating from Toei University of Yokohama. Tomoya Shinohara. Throw to the home side. Takichi have taken. Oh, sorry, Takichi have equalised against Amaya Ardija. 1-1 in that game at the Kanseki Stadium, and Takichi. Free kick. Foul by Hiramatsu. It's going to be a double change in a moment. Tomoya Miki limping heavily from that coming together. Here comes that double change. Riki Yusu coming on for Hiramatsu. of a holding midfielder, so just wonder if that might just allow the likes of Heiishi and Fujimura to advance forward. Onahara is the other player on. Onahara played in Portugal in the third tier last season for Olivarense. Good running down the right-hand side from Yaguchi. A little bit late arriving though, Sakuragawa. Matsumoto. Suda. High boot went unpenalised, and a miss hit by Onahara. Was a high boot, as I'm sure Fukamitsu will testify. So stud marks in his neck. Goes all the way back to Shota Arai. Had that good start to the second half, the home side. It's been a little bit mirror reversal of the first half, really. All guns blazing for the Dogs in the first half. Zweigen have been much the better early stages second half. Didn't take their chances, had 2 or 3 very good chances. It's an intriguing game because both sides are capable. Next goal, if there is one, could be pivotal. Would be pivotal. Yaguchi. Suzuki takes a touch, keeps it calm. Tagachi. Ikiarai. Tall and elegant defender that looks very composed. They look a fairly solid unit at the back this season, JEF United. Conceded just the 2 goals in their 3.5 matches so far. If they can keep a clean sheet here, they will take all 3 points. This is Shinohara. No fouls as the referee. But this will come to Sakuragawa. He can't find room for the shot or for a pass. He does eventually. Tries to play it through the legs. Second time of asking. Gets it out wide. Fukamitsu. It's the cross like it's good. Sakuragawa was beaten to it by a good header away by Shoji. JEF United asking the questions. Zweigen at the moment providing all the answers. Fukamitsu has got more central since those 3 changes were made. Sasaki. Taguchi. Sasaki again. It's very tight and compact. Miki. Made another good run into the box, as he did with the only goal of the game so far. To the box. Just trying to help it on with Shinohara, but run away as he flicked it forward towards Fukimitsu. To Matsumoto, two loanees. Matsumoto's no relation, both on loan from J1 League clubs. It's an easy header away from the right. Kept in play, kept alive by Matsuda. Shoji, Matsuda. Matsumoto. A bit lazy. Sakuragawa, the 20-year-old. Chida. Zavia heading towards the top. 12 minutes to go in their game. They're leading 3-0 against Fagiano, who are now down to 10 men in that game. After the red card was shown to Stefan Nock. Australian midfielder sent off. It's an injury here to Sakuragawa. They're looking to make the change. Next up for JEF United, a home game against Thespa, who have yet to concede a goal until now. Just dropped behind, 10 minutes to go in that home game. Thespa this afternoon at the Shirashoya Stadium. Potentially late winner from Yamamoto. First goal they've leaked all season. Here comes a free kick, looking for the equaliser. Was rising. He got underneath it slightly. Did Toyota. He's good in the air. He felt he was fouled. If not a foul, he was hoping for a corner. You can see why. It came off of the defender Shogo Sasaki last. Shogi Sasaki definitely had the last touch there, the 21-year-old young defender. There's another change. Sakuragawa will come off. A like-for-like change sees Teichi Sakuma replacing him. Another tall striker. They like the tall strikers, JEF United. They are without Kengo Kawamata today. Didn't make the journey, the former Jubilo Owata player. Their experienced striker. The winger Tsuyoshi is also currently sidelined with a knock, as is Yuzuki Kobayashi, defender. Without their problems in the squad at the moment. JEF United, part and parcel of the game, I suppose. It's a foul. That's some more to Grimaces. Here comes another change for the home side. Suguri. Coming on. He's coming on for Toyota. He's put in a shift. One chance came his way. He was unable to convert it. It could prove costly with just over 7 minutes remaining. Fagiano just said they were down to 10 men, but they have got a goal back away at Machida. 3-1 in that game now, but Machida, if they're on course of 3 points, and it would take them back to the top of the table. Unless Yokohama can get a winner against Mito Hollyhock, but they were down the leaders against the bottom club, 2-0 at half-time. But they have now turned it right around, a third goal, and they lead against Mito Hollyhock to Yokohama by 3 goals 2-2. It was a ball forward by Nagamine. He was a little bit overzealous from Sugiura. So that goal pushing Yokohama back to the summit. Six minutes to go. Big 6 minutes for JEF United if they can hold out here. Got some defending to do, but that was a poor effort from Sugiura to the side netting. Needed to pull it back really, or at least test the goalkeeper, which is difficult from that angle. Yokohama, 4 wins out of 4 would be 2 points clear of Machida at the top as things stand. JEF United would be in the playoff places in 6th on the current table. Zweigen dropping down to 20th, just outside the bottom 2 in the live league table. They've shown signs of improvement in the second half. Just didn't take the chance when it came. 2 good chances. Sugiura. That's an interesting cross. Struggling to get it away at the moment. Back into the box. And then a snapshot. And the substitute, Sugiura, lifts it over the crossbar. That's a really good chance. Great delivery in from Nagamine, the substitute. It's delivered back in here by Matsuda. Flick on was from MEIJI Yasu, and another substitute, Sugiura, blast it over. Struggling to get it away at the moment, Matsumoto. Three and a half minutes to go. Sasaka cushions it away. It's lifted back forward again by Fujimura. Tucked forward by Nagamine. He's trying to get forward as much as possible. MEIJI Yasu. Another smash away from Sasaki. United, well-supported team. Their away form has been excellent. Something I'm sure that coach Jung Hwang-hyun will have spoken to his players about. Why is it we're able to pick up wins so freely away from home but can't win for love nor money at home at the Fukuda Denshi? Still got some defending to do. That's good composed play by Yaguchi. Trying to bring in Shinohara. Kill some time here, Suzuki, the very experienced defender. They've got good experience at the back in Suzuki and Arai. They are good defenders. Both have played in J1. That's a solid foundation to build on. Got some defending to do here. It's Fujimura, delivered by Matsumoto, took a deflection. It's off for Suzuki. We're into the last minute. JEF United closing in on another away win. They've certainly made a better fist of things in the second half, Zweigen. Can the Kanazawa side force a point? It's good defending. They've got a chance to break away. Miki went down, holding his head, but the referee plays a good advantage. Yaguchi went to get the cross in. Nagami gets across. In fact, it was Matsuda gets across and makes the challenge, and that's exactly where JEF United want the ball to be, right down that end of the ground, down the end where their supporters are congregated. You have to give them credit. A few hundred of them have made the long journey from Chiba, which is just to the east of the capital, Tokyo. 500 kilometers to the north and the main island, to the city of Kanazawa, which is the capital of Ishikawa, up on the north side of the island, the Sea of Japan coast. 4 minutes of added time, says the fourth official. His board down below us. We're going to see a change as well. Koya Kazama is going to come on in a moment. It's a corner kick, and they will look to keep the ball down that end of the field for as long as possible. Nearly 1 minute of the 4 added on, but most of that has been whilst there's been a stoppage. And on for the injured Miki. He had a bit of a head injury there. They're not taking any chances of him, so they bring off the goal scorer. Replace him with Koya Kazama. Here is Kazama, first touch from him, and it's to keep the ball in the corner. It's a throw. Kazama. Back from Taguchi. Kazama to get a corner. Mopped up at the back by Shoji. Yasu. Caught. Free kick. We've had a yellow card yet. It's about as close as we come to it. Foul by Sakuma. Reminder, we're back next Saturday afternoon. We'll be at the Denka Big One Stadium for Albirex against Ventfore Kufu in the J2 League. Looking forward to that one. Running the clock down, JEF United. That's it. Absorb in the second half against Zweigen, who improved after a sloppy first half in which they deserved to be behind. You look at the only goal of the game, they will pick the bones out of some pretty sloppy defending. Tomoya Miki making a really good run from the midfield, but you look at the defending, the only one that reacted. They've led for 80 minutes now in this game. JEF United just hold on for another 2. We're into the final minute of the 4, but I think there will be a little bit of added time on top of that for Tomoya Miki's head injury. So there is certainly room for at least one more attack. Yuto Shirai will take this free kick. He's the only player left inside his own half. It's a heavily populated JEF United half, but that's a big volley forward from Taguchi. Kazama driving forward. Taguchi. Kazama just runs the ball off the island. Grimace of frustration, but it does kill a few more seconds. 4 minutes are up. Referee will roll probably another minute on top of that. We'll look at that big miss from Toyoda, particularly. It's their chance to get back and equalise. Svejon. It's a delivery from Matsumoto. Plenty of good play. Fujimoto. Cross from Riki Yasu. Goalkeeper's gathered, and that will probably see them through. Right, he just needed to kick that, but the throw will do. And there goes that final whistle. And a big win for JEF United on the road. Well, they're not very good at home, but away from home, they have been sublime. They've won 6 out of their last 7 J2 League matches away from the Fukuda Denshi Arena. And once again this afternoon, they have picked up a full complement of 3 points, courtesy of an early goal after just 10 minutes from the midfielder Tomoya Miki. It proved to be the winner. Svejon was sloppy with the goal, but they improved in the second half. Their big chance falling to their striker, Yohei Toyoda. His first touch was a poor one, and it proved to be a costly one as well because he couldn't turn the ball in at the far post. Final score at the Ishikawa Kanazawa Stadium. It's Svejon 0, JEF United Chiba 1.
決勝ゴールおめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
まずはゴールシーン振り返ってください。
本当ソロモンがいいクロスを上げてくれたなっていうところがあるんで、あとは動き出しのところで相手の前にうまく入ることができて、うまくゴールすることができました。
今シーズン始まって4試合目で初ゴールでした。ご自身としては待ち望んでいた感じもあったんじゃないでしょうか。
そうですね、3試合終わって、チームとしても個人としてもあんまりいい成績を残せてなくて、で今日金沢ってことで、個人的に去年一昨年と点取っていて、絶対取るっていう気持ちで臨んでいたので、それがうまく、ゴールにつながってよかったなと思います。
チームメイトがなかなか揃わない中、難しい中での試合になりました。今日の勝ち点3は非常に大きいんじゃないでしょうか。
本当そうですね、コロナで、なかなか揃わないですし、ブラジル人も加入してから来れてない状況が続いているので、その中で勝ち点を積み上げていくのは大事だと思うんで、今日の勝利は本当大きいかなと思います。
今日は背番号10をつけてのファーストゴールでした。今後に向けて一言お願いします。
背番号は変わりましたけど、去年とやることは変わらず、自分自身のプレーの特徴を出して、チームの勝利に貢献できればと思うので、これからどんどん調子を上げてチームの勝利に貢献できればなと思います。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
1対0での勝利、ゲーム振り返っていかがでしょうか。
いや、もうお互い本当に必死に90分が戦ったなという感じはしますね。
金沢のサッカーは戦っていてどうでしたか。
まあそうですね、去年と変わることはないんですけど、うちもそういうところをしっかり分析して今日対応してたので、うまく守れたんじゃないかなと思います。
1点を守り抜く中でどんな声かけされていたんですか。
いや、もう少し時間を作ってほしかったんですけど、急いで攻める時にそういうふうになっちゃって、相手にまだ、ボールを後して。また守備しないといけない時間が多かったんですけど、そういうところが、勝った時のゲームの運び方をもう少し、もっとやらないといけないなと思います。
後半の立ち上がりに関しては特に相手のリズムもありましたが、そのあたり修正するためにどんな声かけされてましたか。
やっぱり風も結構正面で受ける立場だったので、ロングボールが入ってくるとはもう予測していたし、そういうところはすごくみんな意識して守ってくれたんじゃないかなと思います。ただその後のつなぎがうまくできなかったので、そういうところをもっと修正していかないといけないなと思います。
どうもありがとうございました。
はい、ありがとうございました。
本日のゲームもホーム初勝利はなりませんでしたが、次回に期待しましょう。ここで次節のホームゲームのご案内です。次節ホームゲームは3月30日水曜日午後7時5分。対戦相手はロアッソ熊本。今シーズン初のナイトゲームとなります。仕事終わりにぜひともスタジアムにお越しください。チケットはZweigen Kanazawaオフィシャルチケットサイト全チケにて販売中です。たくさんのご来場を心よりお待ち
お疲れ様でした。
はい、お疲れです。
90分間を振り返ってください。
立ち上がり、前半の立ち上がりね、もったいなかったかなと。風もあるけども、怖がってるプレーもあるし、集中を切らしてるプレーもあって、そこかな。でも後半挽回してチャンスは作れてるんで、あとは決めれるようにトレーニングしていきます。
特に後半の立ち上がりに関しては流れをつかんだ印象あったんですが、ハーフタイムはどんな声かけされていたんですか？
前半悪かったところ修正しましたけど。
今後具体的にどのあたり修正していきますか？
具体的
にどのあたり修正していきますか？
点数取るところですよね、シュート。一つ、ボール際、若い体の大きい選手たちに負けてるし、それはもうやり続けるしかないし、長いボールに対してセカンドボールを拾う、予測狙いも必要だし、トレーニングでやってる出して動いてもう一度もらうと、怖がらないで、そういうプレーも必要だし、もちろんボール来る前に準備しとかないとそういうプレーは生まれないし、ボール持ってない人も動いて、1人だけじゃなくて2人3人の関係で、動いてできたスペースを使う、当たり前のことですけども、それをやり続けると。じゃあ守備に関して、正しい、体がでかい選手あるいはスピードのある選手に対しては正しいポジションをしっかり取ってそこから対応しないと難しい守備になると。
ありがとうございました。
いいですか。